YouTube. I really didn't know what to talk about, but I feel like talking about something to keep myself awake. And I thought of a pretty good topic that may be interesting. I noticed after browsing YouTube for, I don't know, I might have browsed thousands of videos, look at it a little bit, click to another one and another one, never probably really seeing one all the way through. And I guess the reason why, is because they basically, talk about issues, and basically the camera's focused on one scene. It's usually themselves, a big blow up of themselves, uploaded to the internet for everybody to see. But don't get me wrong, a lot of those videos are quite interesting, and but I think that a lot of people, when they upload, they tell everything about themselves and what their views on different things, but they never tell where they work at and what makes it possible for them to have a computer to upload videos on it. I like to hear that. What do? You a nurse, a doctor, or better yet, low-level jobs. You could be a laborer. You could be working through a temporary agency that's working various jobs. You have to have some kind of income coming in. Before I started driving trucks, I was a security guard. And I worked at a security guard shed and didn't get paid much, but that was my occupation. That's how I made my money. Now I drive trucks. Been doing it for like over 15 years now. And but anyway, I think everybody ought to give a comment on this video as to what do you do for a living. But basically a subtitle above that subject of occupation, what's your occupation, I like to talk about the trucking industry, how to get in the trucking industry, and how rewarding and the advantages of being a truck driver. First of all, a lot of people probably would put a strike, strike that out as far as what they want to do for a living, being a truck driver, because they feel like they got to be gone a lot. What you do, and that's basically what spot driving is being gone a lot, moving freight. But it can be quite rewarding, and to be honest with you, it's fun at first. First of all, how to start driving a truck? Well, they got trucking schools. They got independent trucking schools, but I would recommend a trucking school that's all-inclusive with a truck company. That means the truck company has its own trucks and has its own school where they can train you. And well, I might as well look at a different scenery, as we go down the road. But anyway, how I got started, I put an application in with a trucking school and the truck company, rather. And that truck company, they send you a bus ticket, and once you get that bus ticket, you will come to the trucking school wherever it's at. You'll offload the bus, go into a motel room. They'll put you in a motel room. They'll pay for your meals. Usually at a local restaurant or something like that, it'll bring the meals to you, while you're in the classroom. In the classroom, you'll probably be going over some things what truck drivers do, like learning the logbook. Here's the logbook right here. Learning maybe the paperwork for the company or something like that. They'll get you out in the field. I guarantee in the first week you'll be backing trucks up, moving them forward, sitting inside the truck, getting a feel of what it's like in the truck, and then maybe back to the classroom. You'll do that for about 3 weeks in the classroom. Then after 3 weeks, they'll probably take you out and test you for a CDL, and you'll get your CDL. And after you get your CDL, they'll probably have a trainer assigned to you. That trainer, you and that trainer will go out and drive together in a truck for about 1 month to 2 months. You all would be considered a team just the same. You'll drive a little bit, he'll drive a little bit while he's explaining to you the ropes. He'll get you into the mountains, he'll get you out west, they'll get you on the East Coast, they'll get you up north where the toll roads are, get you a feel for the whole United States. You can't cover a lot of real estate driving a truck in that short period of time. After that, after 2 months of being out there on the road, you'll probably have a tractor sitting out there waiting for you back at the terminal. And you probably get in the tractor, go home, load up everything you need in your truck, personal stuff, and get back out there, and next thing you know, you're on the road. You're a truck driver. Most truck drivers, when they drive solo. That means one man to each truck, one truck driver to each truck. And also, the rewarding part about it is this occupation that you can get relatively quickly. You probably give up anywhere from 2 to 3 months to train, and then you're on the road making money. What other kind of occupation can guarantee you that? There are a lot of occupations you can't go to school for, but you run the risk of failure. You got 1 year to train for in a technical and a medical field, maybe 1 to 2 years to train in a medical field. But all that time, you're running the risk of failure, dropping out, or whatever. In trucking, they send you a bus ticket, they get you out in the field, they pay for your schooling. If you drive for a company that has its own school, as long as you drive for that company, they'll pay for your schooling. That's one of the pluses of driving a truck. And what other occupation can guarantee you that? That they're so confident you'll get a job that they're willing to pay for it and put you to work. I ain't saying everybody should be a truck driver just because of that, but the thing is, it is an occupation that you can get relatively quickly, and you can get out there and can go to making a living wage, you know, while you're driving. That was my alarm system right here. These are truck driver wake-up systems that you can get from the truck stop. But I was trying to time myself as to how long I was going to let this video go because it takes so long to upload a longer video. I was trying to shorten it as much as I can. But I got to get the rest of this in, just in case anybody out there listening would want to, or looking at this video would probably consider being a truck driver as an alternative. You know, if you really need to get the job, it's hard to find a job, you might want to consider going away, learning to be a truck driver, coming back home with a tractor, and lo and behold, you're dubbed a truck driver, you know. You don't have to drive a truck all your life, you know. You don't. Just because you go train for a truck driver is something that you really didn't want to do, but you had to because you had to get some money coming in. You don't have to be a truck driver all your life. You can stay in a truck. You can probably train while you're driving a truck. You know, maybe you can bring some courses in the truck with you to study when you stop the truck every now and then. Or better yet, drive a truck for the time being to pay some bills off and to save a little money, then get out of the truck, then go for what you really want to be in the technical and medical field. But you can always keep that CDL for something to fall back on. And trucking is a job where when you call the truck company and say, hey, I want an application, they don't say don't call us, we'll call you. They usually say, well, when can you start? Okay, now if you lose a job transfer or something like that, or get a divorce or whatever, you're on child support, a truck is a nice thing to drive because you can actually almost practically live in a truck. You know, I stay in the truck more than I am at home. That's for an example. Hey, you know, how to know this? Okay, so that's the plus about driving a truck. If you have a hardship, if you crawl into the truck, you don't have to have a house. You don't have to have a car. Those are two of your most major payments. You can alleviate both of those by being a truck driver, and you can save money very, very rapidly. Better than you can if you had to make a car payment or pay rent somewhere or pay a mortgage somewhere while you're trying to get yourself out of the rut or while you're trying to catch up on something. So driving a truck there that's a plus. A couple of the pluses about being a truck driver. Also, like I said, they do pay for your schooling, and once you get your schooling paid for, it might take about a year or so to get your schooling paid for. You can also go local. You don't have to just go find a different job after you get out of the truck. You can do something that's got local delivery routes. Now, those can be quite tedious because they're very physical, you know, but if you're a male, they can be quite rewarding too because they will keep you in shape. A lot of your local routes are quite physical, but there are some of them that aren't, and those are usually hard to find because they may pay you quite well to be local. The ones that don't pay you quite well and probably might not work you that hard will probably be kind of rare to find, but if you do, they don't pay you that much, you know, and you basically, you know, don't do that much either, I guess. But anyway, that's kind of a little brief description of the trucking industry right there and the occupation that I do, you know, and just keeping it real, you know, because we all have a source of income, you know, so, you know, I'd like some comments on that, and maybe people can leave little comments basically about what they do or whatever, and leave a response video or something like that to that subject. But anyway, it's been nice talking about myself, and I guess I'll collaborate with you all on another vid. Okay. See you later, YouTube.